Alright everybody, so if you have logged into Destiny either today or yesterday, you would have gotten this in-game message basically saying that we have the last double Nightfall rewards week before Lightfall next week. Okay, unfortunately it's on the glassway. I know a lot of people do not like that strike. It can be kind of long and it can be kind of slow and boring. If you have not done any sort of prep at all and you're trying to at least get, just a little bit ready, then next week is definitely going to be the move, because they also made the GMs a lot easier to at least enter and play. You only have to be 1580 now, and GMs on double Nightfall rewards week, you're getting at least 2 shards a run, at least. Sometimes you get like 4, bro. You are just raining in enhancement prisms, ascendant shards, anything you want to masterwork, any new exotic armor pieces, or just any good upcoming armor pieces you're gonna get when Lightfall does drop, because even just a few runs will have you max out on ascendant shards and maxed out on enhancement prisms. Now that being said, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about it. So this Nightfall is gonna have void burn. Okay, you're gonna face overload champions and anti-barrier shields. Okay, some popular options of choice of weapons, especially in the heavy slot, are going to be any void rocket launcher, so like a red herring, or my personal favorite, a royal entry, or maybe a void linear, a typon, threaded needle. And if you don't have any of those, a void LMG could suffice. Corrective measure could definitely go to work in here, maybe a retrofit escapade as well. Just know if you are running rockets, you got to have at least one person in your fire team running the galley. Also keep in mind, since there are going to be a lot of overload champions inside of this Nightfall, running a divinity will not be a bad idea in the slightest. Instantaneous stunning on the overload will be useful, especially if the rest of your fire team is using linears, helping you get those good old critical hits, because the main threat to you is going to be the final boss room itself. And yeah, the champions can pose a threat, especially the overloads, because they do like to press you. Your biggest threat, in my opinion, is going to be the wyverns. Those darn sea chickens do void damage, and they do so much damage. These enemies definitely go down easiest with rockets, because you can just literally get your wolfpack rounds, fire a rocket or 2, and he's dead. Whereas a linear can be a little bit more tricky, because they do like to be a bit annoying with their crit spots, so just be wary of that. Other good exotics to use in here would be things like the Osseous Striga, because this season we do have access to overload SMG. Then of course the Le Monarch is going to be good because it's a void, it has intrinsic overload. Just keep in mind, without the overload bow, it's not as effective. Also keep in mind, this season we do have access to weak and clear, so anywhere when you could slide in a grenade launcher in your loadout, I highly recommend doing so. Other than that, this is going to be your final push to go ahead and get some good in-game resources prepped up, ready to go before Lightfall does drop. If you are about that life, you can have 10 in your inventory and then 10 on each of your character's postmasters for a grand total of 40. But if you are doing that, I'm assuming you got your postmaster management skills on top S tier, because you do not want to have those getting pushed out by some legendary Ingrams. With that being said though, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. We'll see you on the next one, and you guys be safe.